Maybe I won't start the car. Maybe it's dead. Hear that wonderful Ford doo-doo-doo. So now I'm reading 2300 RPM, 2300 RPM here. Everything's happy. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be playing with aux fuel. I have a micro squirt controller and we're going to install it on the Fiesta ST. Now this is our incognito kit, as we call it. So it's meant to plug and play with everything stock so that you can't notice that it's been put on or taken off if you go to sell the car, change setups, because I know a lot of guys like a new setup every 3 months or so. So you just plug and play, no cutting up your wiring harness or anything. Pretty easy. We'll walk you through how to do it, how to set up everything in Tuner Studio MS, which is micro squirt software. And this thing can do a lot of cool things. So we'll be able to do things like flex fuel. We'll be able to add another O2 sensor bung so that you can have closed loop aux fuel, which means that the controller will see how much fuel the car is getting based on the O2. So almost like a wideband O2. And we'll also be able to do other things like control fuel pumps and the intake fuel pumps for more fuel and hopefully a lot more down the road. So here's everything we're going to provide for this aux fuel controller. We're going to provide the micro squirt. Depending on the year of the car, we're going to provide a fuse box cover to be able to fit on the fuse box and mount that micro squirt to it so it's nice tucked away in the car. This is also important because you do have to modify your fuse box just a little bit for the added fuse. This is a tuning cable to go from the controller to your laptop with a FTDI chip, which you'll need to download drivers for that. And then we also have the other serial communication cable for the micro squirt. So these are a little weird. You have to use very specific cables, otherwise they get cranky. But I haven't had an issue using these two cables that I will be providing in the kit on the website. Moving on down the harness, we have the main plug, which plugs into the micro squirt. We have the serial jack, which honestly, this looks like a headphone jack to me, but it's for serial communication that you'll plug into to connect to your laptop to be able to tune this thing. We have our add a fuse with 15 amp fuses in there. I'll show you guys exactly where that goes and why it's important. We have our ground to ground the controller and also ground the injectors. Now we have the super long whip with a Deutsch connector on it. This is for additional modules in the future, so I'm kind of forward thinking this, and I know you guys probably want cool things in the future like flex fuel and be able to control fuel pump drivers and wideband O2s on your aux fuel. So this basically allows me to send out a module later and have it plug and play, which will be really cool. So this product will get updated over time. Moving on down the harness, we have our 4 injector pigtails. So this is a 4-port aux harness, which means there's 4 injectors behind the intake manifold. So usually people just have a sandwich plate behind this intake manifold here with 4 injectors right in a line. I personally have my single port aux on this car. You can see the injector not hooked up right now, but if we were hooking it up, we would be plugging right in down there by the throttle body. Speaking of injectors, the preferred injector of choice is this fuel injector development injector. It's a FID 1000. These guys are great. Provide super nice injectors. Haven't had an issue. Used them on all my aux kits so far. We have 4 FID 1000s. Super nice sticker. And the most important, they send the sheet, the balance sheet, if I can get it out of here, of what these injectors actually flowed. And just some tips and tricks. So those guys are great. These are available on my website, and these are also the injectors that'll come standard in the aux kits once the full aux kits are on the site. So those are where the injectors plug in. Next, we're moving on down the harness to some of the most important parts here. We have, oopsies, we have our map sensor harness. So this guy is a jumper harness for your map sensor. So One end plugs into your harness on the stock car, and one end plugs into the map sensor. This is the incognito part because you won't be able to tell it's there. We just add a jumper harness with a wire coming off instead of cutting up and splicing into your harness with a butt connector. We want to keep that OEM harness intact because you never know when you're going to start having issues with that. Same thing goes for the ignition coil spark input. So we're grabbing a spark from the ignition coil. It's going to be a tach input that goes to the micro squirt just so we know what RPM the engine's spitting at. So we know boost, we know RPM, and we have our output for the injectors. So this is a 2015 fuse cover. This fuse cover runs from 14 to 15. The 2016 and up fuse covers are a little skinnier, and the Focus ST fuse covers are different yet. So this guy is where our micro squirt mounts, but also it's important because we have an added fuse, so we'll have to pop that off. And then you can see on mine, but I just cut out this little section right here so that I can pass my wires through the back, keep it super clean. Don't have to drill through the top or anything. I mean, you can drill through the top, but you risk water getting in there. So this is the least water intrusive place. So let's head over the fuse cover and I'll show you what's going on. Okay, before you do anything, you're gonna wanna take out the headlight. It just makes life a lot easier to work in this area if you take the headlight out. Also, you're gonna wanna disconnect your ground cable from your battery. I like to live on the edge sometimes and ride the lightning, so I'm going to leave it plugged in, but please disconnect this when you work on it yourself. I'm just going to add my ground cable on the back of this lug. My clapped out car already had one of these studs broken off, so we're just going to tuck away our brake fluid reservoir. The fuse you're looking to take out is this 15 amp fuse right here. So this guy is switched on when the key ignition is switched on. So I took this 15 amp fuse out. Now there's two sides. There's a supply and then there's the actual application. So the supply side of the fuse is what we want our supply side of our added fuse to be. Otherwise you're gonna power everything all the time, and if a fuse pops, you're still gonna backfeed. So definitely don't want that, so the fuse goes a very certain way. All right, we have the added fuse. I'm in this 15 amp slot right here. So we're 1, 2, 3, 4 down in that middle segment. I'm gonna pop him in there, like so. Now, this is where you might wanna come out the front. I don't like to do that because I like to wash my engine bay sometimes. So I'm gonna twist them back around and then come out the back. Tie that negative on my lug here, and then put the fuse cover back on. So someone decided to put a big ass intake in this engine bay. So with the intake tube off, I tucked my harness behind the coil harness, behind the PCV, through here. I plugged in the stock harness side of the map sensor. Now, here's injector number 4. I'm just going to tuck him away. I'm going to go ahead and route the sensor side around. So I'm going to fish him through everything here. You can see that plug just hiding behind this PCV right here. So I took him, plugged that guy in, like so. So you can still see there's the 4 injector mounts. Now we're going to take care of the coil signal. So we're going to loosen up our coil plate so that we can move our coil around and unplug it. I'm just going to take this side of the coil plug, plug it in here, and plug the stock one back into this female housing. Alright, super easy. Got coil signal right here, map signal right here. Entire harness is tucked behind the intake manifold. So like, yeah, if you had an aux rail, you just plug in all 4 injectors at that point. ground up here, power from our fuse box. I'm gonna put this intake tube back on, start up the car, and we'll pull a tax signal. So first we're gonna fire up Tuner Studio MS. We have Tuner Studio pulled up. Now we're gonna plug in our micro squirt controller. And if you don't have an FTDI driver for your laptop or computer, you're gonna wanna get one because there's a chip inside this guy that allows everything to communicate through serial communication. Just gonna plug him in. You're gonna wanna plug in the audio jack looking thing into this side through here. Now it might be smart to route this through your firewall so you can tune from inside your car so you don't have to be like me and stand in a cold garage. I'm gonna go ahead and plug male and female together. We have a connection there. Now, this thing did not start, which is good. We need key on power. To be able to use it. Hear that wonderful Ford doo-doo-doo. All right, you can see our gauges are working. It's in about -1 PSI G, which is PSI gauge. I mean, that makes almost perfect sense for what's going on. Showing our actual battery voltage here. We don't have engine RPM because our car is not running it. Now, this micro squirt controller does ship with firmware flashed from me, but you also need to go in and load your tune. So load tune, wherever you have your tune saved, mine's in documents, base maps, and then there's gonna be two. There's gonna be a base map, and then there's gonna be an injector test. We're just gonna click the base map first to make sure that we're doing everything right. And then Wesley also has an injector test set up here where it'll just fire those injectors to make sure they're working. Now I already have this flashed, so I didn't do anything, but you're gonna have everything flashed for the first time, and then you'll have a screen pull up. You can change these gauges by right clicking on them. So like I don't really care about ignition in advance, but we can look at like what pulse width we got here for our injectors. So that'll tell us the pulse width while it's firing. Now that we know everything's good, I'm gonna bring my laptop in the car, roll this thing outside so it doesn't smell too bad with my exhaust. Let the car warm up, and then we should be able to see our engine speed populate and everything else populate on there. I have my very fancy cabin pass-through to my laptop. I'm gonna go ahead and start the car. Maybe I won't start the car, maybe it's dead. All right, so we have everything hooked up. You can see here, we got engine speed, we have our boost. When I rev everything up, the gauge will climb. So something weird about these cars is below like 1500 RPM, they're in wasted spark. So you're actually not gonna read right on here until you get like about 2000 RPM, right? So now I'm reading 2300 RPM, 2300 RPM here. Everything's happy. I'm reading my vacuum correctly on my boost. Looks like everything's good. At this point, I would plug in my injectors, do the injector test, and you're off to the races. All right, now that we showed everything was working, I'm just gonna take this thing off and ship it out to the customer that ordered this 4-port kit. I took this off my negative terminal, unhooked this. I'm gonna go ahead, take my fuse cover off. Once my fuse cover's off, I'm gonna unplug that fuse tap. Fuse tap's unplugged. I'm gonna put my original fuse back in, which I hope I can find because I probably need that. I'll take this intake tube off, unplug my map, unplug my coil over there, and we should be okay. Okay, aux harness is out. Now we just need to plug in our map sensor again so we can read our map. Map's plugged in, coil's plugged in. Gonna tighten that coil pack down. Gonna pop my original fuse cover back on. So I just need to separate that from the aux fuse cover. Original fuse cover back on. Like it was never there. So that's why we call it the incognito aux fuel controller, because you can remove it in 5 minutes or install it in 5 minutes. I didn't cut up any of my harness. No weird splices, just the super stiff, crusty Ford factory harness like everybody likes. Hope you guys enjoyed that aux controller install video. I know it was just controller heavy and wiring heavy, but eventually we'll do a full install of the aux fuel system, fuel lines and all. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, make sure that you check our website out for future updates. Stay subscribed to the YouTube channel. I'll be doing more data analysis videos in the near future instead of these installs. I'm just trying to get those knocked out for guys trying to install our products, make their lives easier. So stay tuned and see you in the next one.